have this role. We're planning to have every week with one inspiring person. Maybe I'll put Bartolla and Ramli. I think both of you is good to work together. One from the east, one from the west. Every week we want to meet one inspiring person to know his life, what he did or what she did.
Which date?
We'll give you the date. We'll plan it. We did not plan it now. This is only brainstorming based on the inspiration of Sister Chris, Sister Noor. So we'll start with Noor and then with you. Okay. Because today she told me lots of inspiring stories about you. So I don't know you that much. Now she know you more than me. So
I see.
So Ramli, communicate with Bartolla now. And remind me, Ramli, I'll give you, if you don't get in touch with her now, I'll send you her WhatsApp so that you...
All right, sir.
Sure.
Okay.
So the plan is every week we take one person, inshallah. Okay, Prof. Imal, كيف حالك?
Should I proceed or?
Sorry?
Should I proceed or?
No, today you are listening only. Today, are you if you want to start presentation, welcome, but not today. Another day. Today only listening.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, very fine. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Fine. Okay, sir. No problem.
Yeah, okay. But we'll plan another session, special one for you. We'll have more than we'll give you more than half an hour. Inshallah.
No problem. Okay.
حيا الله الباشمهندسة فتوح، شو اخبارك؟
دكتور محمد، عندك الحين خاصية سكرين شير وعندك خاصية ريكوردينج in your computer.
أنا ما دخل من فلسطين، أبتدي عنه خلاص؟
يعني أنا أقول نبتدي طاف أكثر من 5 دقائق.
إنزين. Now, Ramli, are you ready, Ramli? You want to have a screen share from your side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, أعطي Ramli screen share.
I think you can screen share.
All right, ma'am. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Ramli. We'll start with you.
Ma'am, but I guess the host has disabled the participation, participant screen sharing. Can you please enable?
Okay, Ramli.
Yes.
Okay. Now you have the ability.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, before you start, Ramli, let me then introduce today what is our program. We are supposed to have Palestine and then India, Assam, which is Ramli. She's one of our members of Inspiration Economy and Youth Economy team. She'll talk about projects we are doing in Assam, in northern of India. Unfortunately, also her team, the rest of her team, which is in Assam, they have a flood. Maybe you heard there is a big flood in Assam now. So for that, they could not present, but she'll present on their behalf. And then we'll have also another project from Godfred, which is in Ghana. Also one of our projects, Inspiration Economy projects. Then we will go for a best practice presentation from our prof and mentor, Prof. Chris Kotz. And then if there is time, I will present to you what we are doing in Inspiration Economy about self-sufficiency in general, about type of projects we are doing. So that maybe it will inspire you to do same or to tell us to correct our approach also, because we are, some of you is more expert than us in this area. But for sure, the whole world needs more projects in this area. And I believe that the involvement of youth, like people like Ramli, and even youth like Chris Kotz, all of us can make a difference, inshallah, for the whole world, not only for our countries. Okay, so what these youth now involved, but we are preparing them to be leaders, inshallah, for the whole world, not only for India or Bahrain and so on. So go ahead, Sister Ramli.
All right, sir. I'll be starting now.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Good evening to one and all. I want to start by thanking Dr. Buheji and IIIE for giving me, Rimli Das, the opportunity to present before you the beautiful land of Assam in India. In the northeast of India, in the state of Assam, lies a small village, the Hinkolghar. The village is abundant in natural and human resources. But the lack of job opportunities creates the problem of migration of youth, which becomes a hindrance in the path of development of the village. The way out is creating job opportunities in the village so that it develops into a self-sustained economy. We are focusing on various spheres of development like the bamboo project, changes in sectors of agriculture, pisciculture, and creating awareness, which will not only help in increasing tourism, but also open different avenues of self-sufficiency for the villagers. The bamboo project is a comprehensive initiative which will include 3 major components: the bamboo school, the bamboo park, and an integrated small-scale water hyacinth industry. The bamboo is one of the most abundantly found plant in the village. The villagers are already dealing with creating small handicrafts made of bamboo. But in order to improve the finesse, we will be opening a bamboo school where few dropout students can be provided with skill enhancement training by a skilled teacher. These students can then transfer this skill forward to the other villagers. The products created by the students can be sold in both domestic and international markets, thus generating employment and profits for the villagers. In order to promote recreational, cultural, and educational tourism, a bamboo park will be developed which will display various things created by bamboo, like houses, items for decors, and many more. This will also act like a boost to the morale of the villagers, and they will understand the value of the skills that they possess. The village also has abundant water hyacinth plants whose stems can be used to make various quality products like bags, decorative items, mats, etc. This will also add in raising the profit margins of the villagers. The village is involved in agriculture, involving both farming and animal husbandry. The place possesses abundant fertile lands and skillful farmers for cultivation. The fertile lands provide a great scope for production of food crops like rice. The farmers of the village are already engaged in production of various high-quality rice varieties. We are working towards providing trustworthy and profitable markets for the farmers. The villagers are already practicing animal husbandry, in which they deal with poultry and milch animals. We can also help them find a market for the same. There is a great scope of development in pisciculture in the village. The people residing there are skilled fishermen. Many of them already own ponds and lakes, but all they lack is financial assistance and support to purchase fish and maintain those fisheries. Thus, providing them with required assistance, we can create amazing job opportunities for them. Floods. Due to the monsoon rain, unfortunately, the Hinkolghar is facing a terrible flood this year. IIEP has successfully providing them relief to the poor villagers by arranging food, drinking water, mosquito repellents, etc., thus lending them a helping hand when they need it the most. Various IIEP youth camps were organized to create awareness and spread the message of socio-economic development to the youth of the village. They were engaged in various recreational activities. India is a country with more than 500,000 villages, and more than 68% of Indian citizens are residing in them. Through the Self-Sufficiency Network, we can help in drastically changing the lives of the villagers of the Hinkolghar and many such villages for better. They can be freed from the clutches of poverty and unemployment and can step into a better and brighter future. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ramli. Great presentation. I think,
you,
but you were a little bit in a hurry. So anyway, we'll now challenge you. And we are lucky to have Professor Jabati with us today. Professor Anna, welcome. Welcome again to join us. You are our leader. You should be first. So today we'll charge you some money today. We'll make a charge on you. Yes.
Hello, Dr. Mohammed. Hello, everybody. Excuse me, I was a little late because I was on the way and it was a lot of traffic and I cannot be at 8 o'clock at the computer. So now I'm
no problem. We know now you are free. You are not in lockdown, so you are enjoying the weather there. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we will start. Prof. Anna will give you later your comments also. Maybe you've seen the project of Assam. What Ramli, I will now re-explain very quickly, just 1 minute, and then we'll ask Professor Jabati to comment on the project and what is his suggestion. And all of you, of course, Noor, Anna, all of you are welcome. Fatouh is there, I think, from Kuwait. We have also Mohammed Al-Qaid from Bahrain, which is he's a leader for entrepreneurs. Godfred is already there. Bartolla is there. Okay, so welcome for everyone. My comments for what she tried to tell you, Ramli, she was in a hurry a little bit because she's not, I think she did not get enough involvement with the project. So she was very humble in her presentation. The guys, as she told you, that is involved with the project, they are already in the flood inside in that area. Now, what she mentioned, we are involved today in order to gain the trust of the people, and this may be a learning for all of us. Our youth there, and this is their own project, not my project, they even involved, not during time of peace, they even time of crisis, they started to get involved. So now Paul and his team, they are now involved in name of our Inspiration Economy project. Okay, Godfred, please close your microphone. In order that we gain their trust, we have to work with them during time of crisis, not only during time of peace. So this is what they are doing now. They are working with for the flood as humanitarian service, which is not our area, whether in Inspiration Economy or in self-sufficiency. It's not our specialty. But still, this is part of the thing that we need to do in order to gain the trust of the people. That's number one. Number two, maybe she mentioned very quickly, Ramli, is that now these projects, some of them started to be done, not yet fully done. So we need your guidance, we need your support, whatever type of support we can get, technical, little bit financial. And all our projects, by the way, is not like European projects, Prof. Anna, which is in millions or thousands or no, it is in hundreds only, in hundreds of dollars. So this is, I want to keep it up like this because we don't want to start something and then we don't finish it. Which means that all of us, we can participate. Okay, and I think all of us here, except maybe those students, they can afford to put $100, which might make a difference in a big project. Our largest projects that I send, for example, for Assam or Ghana, is usually $500, the largest project. Okay, but we make a difference, and that's the idea of, again, of Inspiration Economy. Maybe the last point that is maybe interesting about this area, it is really a rich area, not utilized properly. It is the richest area in India in water, and sweet water I'm talking about. It is a resilient area. You can see Hindu with Muslim, with the Christian living together. Maybe you've seen in the photo, you've seen there is some of the farmers, the fisheries. This is a fishery area that I visited. Some of these fisheries are Hindu, some of them are Muslim, and so on. So so that you can see even the pigs is there. Yani the pigs maybe come in the front of a Muslim area, but they are very resilient with each other and they help each other like brothers. And the most important thing, I think, for self-sufficiency projects, and maybe this I will hear your comments, is that we need to find humble people when we work with them. My experience, if the people, they believe that if they know everything, then you don't need to help them. Frankly, and the whole world is waiting for us. There is lots of areas that is having problems with self-sufficiency, and we need really to either look for these humble people, or create some type of letting feel the humility, and they need to be humble more so that they can accept to sustain the project. Because my experience, when I work with the projects that with people, they feel that, oh, this is like we don't need this and so on. We lose the project. We lose the project after a time. They might take your money, okay, but they will not continue your project. And maybe this is my comment. So now I would like to hear from, since we have Professor Jabati, and he's a very well-known expert in area of agriculture. So welcome, Professor. We need to hear your comment. Open the mic. Yeah. Open the mic. Yes. Yes.
Okay, now it's okay. A very good project. Actually, in Assam, it is very much flood devastated areas, actually, particularly that area. I know that. And they can produce very good quality of rice also. And they have ample scope of, other animal husbandry like poultry. And pisciculture is also one of the very good projects that can be run there and very profitably. But I don't know whether they have any good market within the state or not. If not, they can supply it to the neighboring states like West Bengal or other states also, no problem. So if there is, I think, no human resource management is very enough is there, I think. And they are very laborious. So they will be able to discharge properly if they can have any chance to carry out this type of project. So agricultural project, animal husbandry project is very fantastic, as well as the orchid or any other floricultural project they can have. They can have with this program also. Assam is very, agroclimatic, very nice agroclimatic zone in India. So they can have another floricultural project also. I don't know whether is there any provision to insert or not. I don't know. It is up to you. I don't know.
But what's their problem, Prof. Jabati? Their problem, Professor Anna, and I can see Yusuf now from Palestine also there. He entered and he will talk now, inshallah. Their problem is that they can't have proper selling. They are selling only in their area. And what we are trying to do with the rice, we kept it later because the rice is consumed. It's not a problem. But we have lots of material there that can be improved. Like, for example, why now we are focusing on the bamboo? Because we believe that the bamboo is abundant there, huge abundance of bamboo, not utilized.
So far I know bamboo is very good quality bamboo.
Yes.
In Assam, actually, they can produce very good quality bamboo.
And now, by the way, innovation in bamboo, there is lots of innovation, and maybe here we can get the help from our friends in Europe or in New Zealand and America and so on. Is that now Paul sent me yesterday in how much even the best style shirts, a material of cloth, they are made from bamboo, which is also that's something that is interesting because now people is looking for organic things and so on. Yeah.
They can make toys and other, other toys and other utensils also from bamboo.
And the good thing about the bamboo, maybe this is for Chris so that she knows it's different than her. The good thing about bamboo, even if you cut the tree, because in certain countries they don't want to cut the trees, because they consider anti-environment and so on, especially in Europe and Slovenia and New Zealand and so on. But the good thing about the bamboo, it grows very quickly. So yes, so for that we are planning to have our own farm, and this we are starting step by step. Again, by the way, this is we are talking about not thousands of dollars. This already you are investing. I'm not now asking you for money, but I'm telling you if you want to help, you can help even technical, because the technical I don't have. I can help them only in financial, and this is where I need you, all of you, okay, to come and inshallah after this, and we help each other to help them to improve. Now, what we are doing, We are also employing trainers from their own. We are paying salary, small salary, for those who will have handicraft bamboo and so on. And of course, we open a company for them so that they can sell in the internet, in Amazon or other areas, the bamboo products and so on. Yeah. Okay. And now the comment from Chris. Open the mic.
Thank you very much, Rimley. I really enjoyed your presentation. It's very professional. Thank you. Yes, I'm familiar with the bamboo because I've spent quite a lot of time over the years in China, and I've seen some of the work that they do there, and also with rice. I'm sure you're aware of the ecosystem that they use there with fish and rice farming, which is different maybe from the fishing that you're talking about. I would be interested in hearing more about the fishing aspect of it. You had highlighted that, but you did go over that quite quickly, so I'd like to hear more about that. And yes, in New Zealand we are getting paper, bamboo paper, and clothing products here. So from the work I saw in Thailand, one of the things that they did with the villagers there that I was very impressed with is they got a specialist designer came in and ran the workshops, and what they did was they helped the local people to identify what was the market first, because the local crafts that were often being made didn't necessarily fit the market. So for example, in New Zealand there are laws about what we can import in terms of products. So finding out what those laws are, and then they got the designer to help raise the level of design so that things were more commercially viable. They modified some of the local crafts and taught the people how to how to do a proper marketing plan. So they started with the market and built on the traditional design elements that the community had, but they actually helped them to make them more commercial. And I think that looks like probably what you need now as an addition. You've got the school that's helping people learn the crafts, but now you need to actually learn how to commercialize those crafts so that you develop the markets, because there are markets, but as I say, to import agricultural products into New Zealand, they would have to be unique, and that would fit that. There is already people know about bamboo, so that's a start. So the next step would be actually finding out what are the requirements, because certainly if they had any insects or anything came through, they just wouldn't allow that. So I think looking at that now, we have trade aid shops, and that probably every town would have one. That's probably a very good fair trade mechanism for hooking into, for getting actually an international market for those products. So that's my comment, and congratulations, Mabruk. I think you're doing a fantastic job. And I say, could we hear more about the fishermen?
Yeah, I'll explain to you about the fisheries. So the fishery people are near the, they are in front of, we are working with, so far with 2 villages. They are in front of a river. It's actually a very good river. One of their problem actually, they always have a problem with the elephants, because the elephants come every year and they break all their village. Okay, and this is maybe something that is, I think, common in that area, especially in Assam, unique problem. But otherwise, they are living, see, all the projects of self-sufficiency, what we are trying to do. I'm talking about now inspiration economy. And maybe you can, all of you with your expertise can add value better when we, under the leadership of Professor Anna, about the SFN, Self-Sufficiency Network, maybe can add. But what we are trying to do in inspiration economy, we're trying to improve the profit margin. Prof. Chris, okay, Prof. Noor. So these farmers, they are making money, they are eating, they are surviving. And all, by the way, Assam, nobody will die from hunger. Okay, you might have people near Bombay or near Bombay areas, maybe these areas between Bombay and outside Bombay, you'll find areas that they might die from hunger. They'll have famine during if there is a dry season and so on. Okay, but you'll not find between Bombay and Nashik. I've seen that myself, and maybe Professor Jabati, he knows that there are certain areas that are really suffering. Even they have famine, that much. Okay, but this area you'll not find people that they don't have food, but they are living in a poverty stage. So their income is really below even $2, not $5. We are talking about $2 and less, much less than $2. You can see even their clothes, they don't have clothes. Their children mostly not educated. Women, they will be abused because they drink, whether they are even Muslims, not only Hindu, right? There's lots of drinking in that area. The other issue and the other challenge is that they can't sell the fish. Where they sell it? What we try to do, and this project, it was challenging for me because I have to spend more than $1,000. What we try to do is that we give them now only ice box. We wanted to buy a generator for them, but it's very expensive and very, very high commitment, because if you buy generator, it's not one-time investment, there's no problem. But how can we maintain the generator is another issue. I mean a cold room, a big cold room. We couldn't do that. So that's another issue. And then the transportation. So you mentioned something, Prof. Chris, is very important for SFN. And maybe Prof. Anna, she can help us on that. Or I mean, someone who's working on, I can see Mohammed Al-Qaid here also, maybe he can help us, because Mohammed is specialized in with entrepreneurship projects. One of the things of inspiration economy now we are focusing on, and that there is always a gap between the poor, what he produces, and the markets, as you mentioned exactly. So what we need a mediator company. Okay, and again, we are doing that. We are not depending on you as an inspiration economy. I'm talking about. I'm doing that, but I'm doing a very small scale. Maybe self-sufficiency will do the big one, because you'll solve a problem for rich countries like even our countries, Arab world, here in the Gulf area. We have money, but we don't have food. If there is no planes coming and no oil, we'll die. Okay, and you'll have you'll help the poor because they have abundant material. But nobody's managing to take this package and package it to them and send it to them there, to the proper market. What you have the greedy people. Yani what is Assam is popular for? More than the rice, Professor Gabati mentioned, Assam is popular for the tea. If you go to a 5-star hotel, you see the word Assam in your table. It's all about tea of Assam, called Assam tea. Okay, they're very popular in that tea. Very popular, for example, in rubber. Okay, so they are very popular in lots of materials. But what's their problem? They are controlled by big companies. Okay, big companies take, even for example, we know in Arab world we have the Sal'oud, Bukhur. This is very rich area. This is the richest area. Most of the rich people in the Arab world, in Saudi Arabia, in Bahrain, and so on, they make their money from this cement wood. Okay, so I'm saying this area, it needs a specific solution, not about now improving the agriculture like we'll see in other areas. Okay, this area needs a mediator. We try to do this, but it's very expensive, very challenging, and we need the know-how. Yani I can admit to you, I give solutions, but I don't have all the know-how. So for that, I need this is the purpose of this network, to help us to build the know-how. Sorry, I taken a long time. Okay, would you like to comment, Prof. Anna?
Mohammed, I agree with you. For me, it is a little the problem because I don't know exactly all of specific of the problems of this area. What we do here in Slovenia to help to small farmers, it is connect together some producer and build up like a private enterprises, and they're like company, and on the market now in Corona time, they have a big prosperity because the people want to connect and buy for these small companies, because they know they have ecological production, and not from the big farmers, because they are non-ecological and they use pesticide. And if we need to live with Corona, we need ecological way for producing, for eating, living, and so we started in Slovenia before 2 weeks. I have on the Polygon Dole a big meeting. It was on the 20th of June. It was whole Slovenia there, and we connect different people together. And this experience I can share with other countries. Very important is to know which people have a plot or a farm to produce some things, and then connect all together and produce very simple production, like you say, tea, or vegetable, or potatoes, and so we don't need very complicated things, because the people in the cities, Maribor, Ljubljana, that are the 2 biggest cities in Slovenia, they now want to buy the things from small town, not from the Bayern or for Austria, and so, because they need support to health, and they trust to the small organization. So my suggestion is, if we can start to connect different producers together and help, by the way, to the market. So they need buy the things what they produce, because they can perhaps not alone. They need permission, they need documents, and so. And we can cooperate with governments and suggest how can we help by higher self-sufficiency.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Anna. And I want to comment a lot, because I've seen your of course, one of the things that I learned self-sufficiency in your school. So I know what you are doing, and what you're doing there, it is helping you that the awareness of your country, especially because your country and Austria, these countries are very developed in appreciating the economy and eco projects, eco entrepreneurship projects and eco tourism and so on. It's very high there, but not, unfortunately, not in that area. That's one thing. The other thing, because it's the place is small, the transportation is not a big problem. One of the challenges of their products is the transportation, if we do that. But again, it's what you said is what we'll try to do, and we are trying to do, and we'll do with you also, and with the help of any person who would like to help us. That we do a co-op, and this is what we, maybe next time we'll present to you what we are doing in Mauritania. In Mauritania, we are doing similar to your projects, small co-ops, small group of farmers. They are not farmers, these people in the desert. They collaborate with each other to make a small company, and then they all of them, also these co-ops, they collaborate with each other to try to sell their products to outside. And this is what you are doing successfully in Slovenia. Okay, I think now I said that we don't take long time. Let's go to our next presentation, which is Brother Yusuf from Palestine. And in your name, I would like to congratulate Brother Yusuf. He got married. And I know that Palestine, as you know, there is always, they are having this challenge, especially these days, with the issue of Israel. أكو محمد القائد حط لك سلاماتي، يحط لك من البحرين عشان تعرف ان انت مشهور في البحرين. افتح الميكروفون بس، افتح الميكروفون. اوكي، انت عندك البرزنتيشن ولا تحب انا احط لك اياه؟
يا ريت تحطه من عندك، انا لان اللابتوب تاعي صار فيه مشكله.
زين، دنيا فتحي لنا الشيرنج. دنيا
ان شاء الله كاني.
يلا
اوكي،
لا تاخرين فلسطين ما ياخرونها.
انزين اوكي الحين تقدر.
اوكي احنا انتظرناك في البدايه، الحين تشوفونه واضح؟
يس.
Thank you.
هو enable editing وخلى
يلا تفضل استاذ يوسف.
First of all, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace be upon all of you. Thank you for giving me the chance to speak with you tonight at this critical moment that we have in Palestine. Really, when we talk as Palestinians, how we can survive, this is the question that we have to answer, or how we grow up, how to survive after 72 years from suffering and from like uprooting and ethnic cleansing that Palestinians had during all of these years. First of all, I would like to thank my brother, Dr. Muhammad, for giving me the chance to be a part of this network. And self-sufficiency network, it means a lot for Palestinians. Maybe I will not follow all the slides as it's mentioned, because consequently, but because I know the time is limited, and I will try to get through some important points regarding the presentation. I will
يوسف بس انت تشوف السلايد الحين، تشوف السلايد ولا ما تشوفه؟
انا بشوفه بس مش واضح، مش كبير يعني الخط.
ما انا قاعد احاول اسوي، ما اعرف ليش ما يطلع. تقول لي الحين يا دنيا. اوكي
ماشي. انا هلا بعمل تكبير له، شوف اذا بزبط.
لحظه
مش اذا انا
اوكي
انا على كل حال عامل نوتس، فبقدر امر من خلالها الا I will get through the notes that I have, so I will not take lots of time. So I will try to my presentation, it will focus on the hydroponic. Why hydroponic is very important to the Palestinian people. Why it's very important for our area where I live. Let me say that regarding Palestine, we have 5 million and a half Palestinian people live in West Bank and Gaza, and the density is 847 people per kilometer. So we can see that we have very high density comparing to the other areas in the world. Jenin area where I live, it considered one of the most highest valuable or important area as an agricultural area. So that's why we are trying to focus on hydroponic as a way to how we can create or we can utilize this technology for producing a new products like strawberry or herbs that have a good high demand on the market, and also having good prices in the Palestinian market. As you know, the Palestinian market or the Palestinian farmers have lots of troubles. And there are lots of restrictions on the access of the land and water and market. It's not all as in the other countries in the world. So you have all the documents that show that you own the land, but imagine to have an Israeli military order that prevent you to go to your land. Where I live here, we have around 17,000 people. They get stuck or behind the wall where Israel started building the wall, the apartheid wall from the north of West Bank, which is more 1,300 kilometers across all of West Bank, and cut it West Bank for 3 blocks with slight ghettos. The north and the center and in the south. During building the wall, the Israelis, they uprooted more 200 million olive trees. It's the most important source of income for the Palestinian farmers, and the Palestinian economy is the olive tree, and is the symbol of peace and the symbol of resistance for the Palestinians. So the Palestinian farmers, they are targeted in several ways. For example, you need a permission to go to your land, to enter to your land to construct any building. Maybe if you follow the news, that you will see that every day the Israeli army destroying or uprooting trees or destroying the green plastic houses. So it's very, very difficult and very, let's say, dangerous for many farmers. They lose their lives and lose the main source of income. Even restrictions on water. Water is very vital for, you can own the land, but if you have no water, you can't have agriculture. Especially in the Middle East, the issue of the water is very problematic, and the lack of water and rainfall, it's very, and the global warming, and that make the Palestinian situations more harder. Even there were several wells of water aquifers. Israel, during building the wall, they aim to build the wall in order to isolate these wells from where's the people, where the farmers, or where the land. So they isolated. Maybe you can have the land, but you don't have the water, because they bought and prevent to have the access to these wells. And also the market, the mobility or the restriction on the people, and you can't bring, for example, seeds from abroad, but the Israelis, they force you to buy from their markets the seeds which is not doesn't fit with the land, and doesn't feel the good crops. So the mobility, the restriction on the people, that harm the agriculture sector, undermine the ability of farmers to access market and to purchase agricultural inputs and sell their products. Really, this is, and also the issue of controlling the borders. I'm sorry. Maybe all the countries, they have the access, or they have their main airports, or they have their airports or ports. But regarding the Palestinian situation, we have no access on the border, so we are not able to sell or to export our products in a free way. And also the high competition. Israel is considered one of the highest or the most developed countries in agriculture. So we have Palestinian farmers having the very high competition with the Israeli products. So when you have, for this reason, many Palestinian farmers leave their lands seeking to work in the Israeli market, because it's not valuable, or it's not, doesn't bring enough money for their families or to build their future. So many Palestinians are unable to work in agriculture because they lost their land, they lost, for example, the security to access their land in a free way, and also they are not able to sell their products. And also the main issue in this agricultural life is the control of the water control. So that was, in order to give you some figures about the total cultivated areas, estimated is 1.2 million dunams, which is 21 total WBGS. In West Bank, we have 90% of West Bank that comes in agriculture. In Gaza, 10% comes. 21 rain-fed, from 19% is irrigated. Grazing area 621,000 dunams. Forest area 94,000 dunams. And also, maybe this is a unique thing also. After Oslo Agreement, signing the Oslo Agreement 1993, after the negotiation, the Palestinian area is classified as Area A and B and C. In each area, the sovereignty or the control of this area divided between the Palestinian and the Israelis. But after the second Intifada, everything is under the Israeli control. So there is no classification. There is no Area A or B or C. There is nothing. But to give you an idea about 62.9 located in Area C, arable area, land. So it's like 2/3 of the West Bank is Area C. According to the Monetary Fund and the World Bank, Palestinians are able to produce or to generate, if they manage to invest in Area C, we will have it's like $3 billion a year. That means Palestinians will not be in need for any donation or for any donors or for any country to give the Palestinian any aids. Area A is 19.3. B area B 18.8. So the classification of the movement between Area A and B and C, you can't imagine. Even if I wrote lots of books about that. In each area, you have a different life. You have a different control authority. You have, as I mentioned, after 2000, I mean the second Intifada, there is no classification for all of these classification fade up or disappear.
شيخ يوسف لو تبتدي بس الحين في المشروع عشان الوقت بس. ممتاز التقديم. خلينا نبتدي في المشروع عشان يركزون عليه. ايوه تفضل.
So we will go.
الحين قاعد تشوف انت الشاشه صح؟ الشاشه واضحه.
ايوه. According to the history of the hydroponic, it started in 1920 with Dr. William Gribick at the University of California. What does it mean, the word of hydroponic? Hydro, it means water, and bonus is labor. It means water working. This means that the water is the main element in the process or in the process of the agriculture. Hydroponic system, as you see this photosynthesis process, carbon dioxide, water, glucose plus oxygen. There is no mention for soil. The hydroponic issue is built on using water with nutrients, and there is no need for soil or for the land, to use the land. Just you need a piece of land where you can build your own project. As we can see, with the smaller roots, we can start the plants with the smaller roots. You can grow more plants in the same and more yield. The amount of products of yield is more than or more vital than using the normal way of agriculture in the typical or traditional way of using the soil, because hydroponic grow plants dip their roots directly into the nutrient-rich solution. They get what they need much more easily than plants growing in soil. So it's very vital way. So what we can get from this project from hydroponic is that these plants or these products is natural. How does hydroponics work? We have sand. We put the plants in a plastic tub and let nutrient solution trickle past their roots with the help of gravity and pump. We will have six ways of using the hydroponic. I will not go deeply to explain every system or type, but we have 6 ways or methods or ways or types of for hydroponic. We have wick system and water culture, and ebb and flow drain system, recovery and non-recovery, FNT, nutrient film technique, aeroponic system that focus or depends on air. So the wick system uses 2 or more wicks to deliver water from the reservoir to the roots via capillary action, while the lettuce roots are you are moving so quickly, but we can. الو
يوسف، هذول الجماعه ترى اكثرهم اللي جالسين الان يعني يستمعون لك. They know about this a lot, so just give it يعني each slide 1 minute so that we give them a chance to
maybe these types just to for mentioning. If anyone want to have more information about that, we have an expert people, and I have a friend now. He is working now in Nicaragua, developing a project there, and we have trainers on hydroponic and aeroponic. So if anyone need more information about that, maybe why it's very important for us as a Palestinian to use hydroponic, because we are losing the land day by day. So this way we are trying to create a new system that find or help us to reach for self-sufficiency. This is what we are looking for. Self-sufficiency is very important, and it's a way, it's like of resistance, how to keep going. And this is why we choose this method to in agriculture, because we have first of all we have an expert people, and we are planning to have here we have the materials that hydroponic cocoa has an excellent air water ratio with the great water retention.
You have these material in Palestine?
Yes, we have
it. Okay, accessible. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and this is why we are trying. before writing this proposal or this presentation, maybe I send you before another presentation or another information about another. It's like land reclamation and planting another new type of trees like bamboo and other Bologna. This is a new a tree. We are looking. Hopefully, we managed to plant this land, some land with Bologna, to get in the future to have wood where there is a huge need for wood, because we export lots of woods from abroad.
Okay, can you conclude, Brother Yusuf? What is now? What is your needs? So how we can help you?
So the need is for us, as always, most of the time, the need for to share the experience with other people. And the second issue is getting funds to start the project. And also one of the issue, now we are working with a group of friends, and maybe I will introduce other friends in the future to our self-sufficiency network. We are working to build a cooperative that care of finding markets, marketing the Palestinian products abroad, and anyone who's able to help us in marketing the Palestinian products, that will be a great gift or a great support to the Palestinian products to reach the international market. What we need is the support is for marketing and for sharing experience, and also for the fund to start the project. That's my conclusion.
Okay, great. I think I'll send you guys the presentation. Thanks a lot, Brother Yusuf, for this great presentation. I wanted to have more time for everyone who's available with us so far to comment on your project. I'll tell you just my comment, very quick comment. The Palestinian product is in high demand in the Arab world for sure, but you need to bring it to the challenge is how people reach your product. That's the, and as you said, the challenge also how you can make your product pass all these challenges so that it be exported. So that's maybe the two challenges. I think this project is different than the project you spoke about, which is about the tree and so on. This one is something which is simple. We can start with. It's not have a problem with the regulation. I mean, you don't have to have a pass from the Israelis to give you permission and so on. This can be grown over the roof and the balconies. So this is, I think, and the Palestinian people are unique on this area, on this issue. Yeah. You are the people who survival. If we talk about survival or uncertainty, I'm writing these days paper about uncertainty, about living uncertainty in this new normal. If I want to teach one really uncertainty, for sure, I tell him go and live in Palestine with a Palestinian for about 1 week, and he will know what I mean about uncertainty.
Brother Muhammad, and this is invitation to all our friends who are in the group to visit Palestine, inshallah, when the situations of coronavirus be conquered soon, inshallah. And we host many international volunteers. They come from different countries, from Latin America, Europe, America. So they will be, they are most welcome, because also we work on ecotourism. And front of my house here, just 200 meters, we have the 4th oldest church in the world, where Jesus healed the 10 lepers. So everyone is welcome to visit Palestine and to organize like tourist tour for anyone who's interested to live the Palestine with Palestinian, to see the Palestinian life. If I took hundreds or thousands of hours it's not as to live one incidence and to see that by yourself. So it's an open invitation for all our colleagues to Palestine.
Inshallah, I wish for us, طبعا احنا, you know that we cannot come from our but I'm sure that people from Europe, India, New Zealand, Ghana, they can visit you for sure. And this is the purpose we are proud to have you in the network, because we know that you are working already, and we know that we will try our best to support you. And talk about myself at least, because this is something that is a human issue. It's not only agricultural or self-sufficiency issue. So I would like to hear now any comments from you guys about the project, any suggestions, and later we can discuss. I'll send you all these presentations, Professor Anna, Jabati, all of you, Chris, everyone there. I'll send you the presentations. Now only your comments about the project and what is, if there is any specific questions.
Yes, I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Yusuf. That was very interesting. I have got one comment for you, and actually it came out of the work that I saw in Bahrain. It wasn't difficult to get the funding, because the actual funding for the hydroponics projects there were quite minimal. They went for the water model, and they just used the sort of pipes that you would use on your house, plastic pipes for collecting rainwater. They just used those. They're very cheap, and they just made holes in the top and connected them up. But what was unique about it, which I thought might be appealing to you, is that they made a whole ecosystem and they linked it with fish farming. So they didn't have to use added nutrients. They just used the fish tanks. The feces of the fish provided enough nutrient. They just circulated that with a simple pump through these pipes, and they, as you have already identified, high revenue earning products that the market needs. They actually went for lettuces because, you know, they provide a very quick life cycle and continuous over the year. But they even started doing some quite sophisticated aspects. For example, the Sheikh Nasser with his equestrian, they started producing specialist food for horses, and the advantage was they could work out when the horses were there and when they were overseas and how much fodder they needed and special types and so on. So it became very sophisticated, but once again it was market driven. Rather than producing something and then looking for a market, they found out what was the market first, and then they made these very high revenue earning products that were just in time, carefully calculated what the germination time and the growing time, so that they could take it to market at the time when they were going to get the highest price. So that's my comments. Congratulations, Mabruk, on what you're doing. I think that's very innovative, and as Dr. Muhammad's already said, the advantage is that people can do this in their own house. Any space can be used to tack these pipes on the outside. And the thing that they found in Bahrain that I think is a transferable point is that you didn't need air conditioning. They just used the water that was part of a circulation. They didn't need much water because it kept circulating, and it created its own air conditioning because of the cooling as the water ran out at the end and came back into the pond. So they didn't even need air conditioning when it was hot. So that was, I thought, the advantage. So thank you for that.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, Prof. Jabati?
Yes, sir.
Any comments about what they're trying to do? I think you are acquainted with the situation in Palestine and the limitation of the land and so on. Yeah.
In case of, it is audible?
Yes.
Is it? Yeah, yeah. So the project on Palestinian project, actually, it is very latest technology of agriculture domain, and I think its infrastructure is very expensive, as well as production rate is not as good as land cultivation. so as per their demand, they have to do everything, but the nutritional aspect and the raw materials available, I mean the applications in the water, I mean the media where the plant is grown. This media, actually, it is very organic basis of media. I think chemical admixturing and addition is very less quantity with the media. So it is very expensive, and as per their need, how much export quality and production, buffer production they can have, I don't know. Actually, my knowledge is very limited, particularly on the agroclimatic situation as available. I mean, as in Palestinian areas.
Well, and this is maybe the main. Your worries is about the quantity, and it came to my mind in how much quantity in a limited space. عندك فكرة يوسف؟ انت احنا شوف احنا المشروع دي يعني I've seen it as Prof. Chris said about, we've seen it in Bahrain and in many countries, which is they call it without soil.
Production per unit area, it is very minimum actually per unit area. Yeah,
that's the challenge. But I've seen Prof. And it depends on if you talk about unit area. If you take about horizontal, but I've seen that in Bahrain or even in New Zealand. Dunya was with me also, and they not in New Zealand, sorry, in Iceland, they gone vertical. So they vertical, yes, vertical, and they're very strong. I'm talking about tomato, for example, in Iceland, because the whole year is cold, very cold weather. So they grow tomato, a very nice tomato, and very quick through vertical approach. Again, use no soil is used there. So that's So I think they know. He said they have the expertise now. The challenge for them maybe will be the exportation, and of course also maybe, I'm not sure. He did not comment. Does the Palestinian committed to buy the Palestinian product? يعني أنت اليوم عندك في الضفة ولا في جنين يا يوسف. Are they buying? يعني are they committed to buy only Palestinian product? Because this is, by the way, also one of the things that is Bahrain being successful, and maybe Chris wanted to tell you that. You know, we have what we call it the Bahraini Farmer Day, which is now the whole year. But it started with one day a week. That is Bahraini, only Bahrainis. They make Bahraini farm. They even their children is selling with them. No any outsiders. And the Bahraini will go and buy in that weekend that product, which is we call it salat only products, which means only simple things. If this is built in the beginning in Palestine, inside your area, then you can plan also to go for external, inshallah.
Listen, the idea is starting something which is like a model. We are not saying that we will produce millions of tons. Hopefully, in the future, we'll be able to do that. But we have a movement of BDS. I don't know if all the people here
I'm acquainted.
They know about that.
I'm acquainted with BDS.
For example, there was now maybe tomorrow we will have like another phase of lights on the conflict. Tomorrow, maybe Israel will declare the annexation of the Jordan Valley, which that represented 22% of the agricultural land in West Bank. That will prevent thousands of families to live or to reach their land. They will be expelled from their land, lose their source of income. So it's a matter of existence. We have to resist in order to exist. We have no other choices. So if there, because it's like midnight now, I can show you that I have maybe 20 barrels of water that I fill it from the rainfall that I irrigate my garden during the summertime. So we create as with the available tools means that in order to survive, in order to produce our like food. It's like, you know, we are also creating, it's like awareness campaign among our young people, how it's very important to plant, especially during this stage, during the corona pandemic. So we are, everyone, each family try to plant its own vegetables in order to reach for the self-sufficiency.
Okay, thanks a lot, brother. We know, يعني أنت ما شاء الله, you are teachers in survival, and you are managing to live all these years with this minimal amount, with these challenges, restrictions. Really, you are teachers in survival. Prof. Anna, any comments how we can help?
Yes, in Slovenia, there hydroponics not so popular because there are some problems with economy of production. This way needs a lot of chemical support, and the people they're not active involved. They're only like enterprises production, and on the way of the living, it is the problems. We cannot add all of the substance to the plants to grow up. It is some dangers, because if we eat a lot of time this vegetable, then we cannot in our by our health systems all of components, and it is not for long period not a good way for self-sufficiency. First reason it is chemical production. Next, it is we need a lot of water, and if we don't have all of the system for cleaning of this water, it's the next problem. And then it is not natural principle. In nature, the plants which are in the area with a lot of water, they are not for eating for the people. They are only natural vegetable. So in the nature, it is not these systems for our self-sufficiency. It is artificial systems, and we don't support the things which are not strong connect to the nature, to the national potential, to the cooperation with the people, with local economy, with health, with long period. It means from traditional time to the future. And so we have some experience, but in Slovenia it is not so popular hydroponic system.
Okay, well, you know that he's presenting to you. This is the only. This is one solution. Now we need to give them some solution based on their. For that, he's taken half of the time. That is, they are telling you this is. And I said, you remember, if we can solve some of the problems of the Palestinian now for self-sufficiency, we can solve it anywhere. So we need to bring solution.
So,
yeah,
so
maybe
solution can be
not now, Prof. Anna, because now we need to discuss.
Okay.
I mean, we as a group, all of us, even Yusuf will be with us.
Good.
Maybe another session. Now he's presenting to you. Now this is one of his approach. This is one of his proposal. But maybe we can bring a solution how they can be self-sufficient. Still, they can grow on their roof, on their area, because most of their land was taken. We are getting smaller over the time, and still it can bring for them some sustainability. Now, as you said, I know that even in Iceland there was a talk about this. We visited this farm, which is a closed farm for tomato, and the same thing. You'll enjoy the drink and so on, but it is not organic, as you said. It's not natural. There is lots of chemical, as you said. that is used there. You are right. So anyway, that's what we need to discuss more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, if I may add, that's why in my initial comment I made the point about the ecosystem with the fish farming, because that way you were using the nutrients from the fish feces were the nutrients for the plants, and it was totally organic. So that's really why I made that comment, because I was aware of some people's concerns about that, and that makes it very cost efficient, but also you're not introducing potential disease and that sort of thing. It's totally controlled environment, but it's all natural.
Okay, anyway, that's now this is why we're taking the presentation from each one who's presenting, and we're sending it to the group so that each one will make a form. Me and Anna will make a form so that you will add in that form. Anna, please let's work on that form of suggesting, because if someone suggests for us a project, the easiest thing we tell him, okay, it's not working, but what is the alternative? We need, this is where we are experts here. We're trying to bring solutions for the different communities. So this is a challenge that all of us, and Jabati also, you will help us on that, inshallah. Okay,
sure,
taking
sure.
now Palestine. You know the whole story of Palestine. He no need to. He spoke to you about it, but it is available everywhere in the net and so on. Okay, we'll go now to the third presentation. I'm not sure. Godfred is already there or he's gone. Yes, you are there, right?
Yes, he came back. He went, I think he was disconnected and he's back.
Godfred, you have your presentation, or shall I share it? Godfred? Godfred?
Facing problems in connections. That's why he was disconnected and...
Anna, I'll present on his behalf.
I'm here.
Okay, I'll then what I'll do, I'll share your, yeah, I'll share it.
Please share it.
Yeah. So that in case you go, we have it there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can start, Godfred.
Okay. Okay, that would be great. Thank you. Hello, good evening. Good evening. All right. So
you can see it, right?
Godfred, and over here in Ghana, inspection economy has been operating and doing.
Hello. Okay, I think I'll take from you here, Godfred. Okay, and then you can
see the presentation.
Ma'am?
The presentation, we can't see it.
I share it already. لحظة.
No. Share it and put it in a slideshow so we can see it.
الحين okay, again. You can see this now before I make slideshow?
Yes. Now put it in a slideshow.
Okay. Godfred, you are there? Okay, I think because of his connection, you know, Africa and India, in certain areas, they have a problem in the network. So I'll just tell you very quickly about our project because we are running out of time. And then we'll conclude with Prof. Chris. So we have one of our projects in Ghana. We started with Godfred. He's the leader there in these projects. The project is about, again, self-sufficiency in northern of Ghana, in areas where it's Tamale and Wa. These are regions where Ghana is one of the highly emerging economies, like India. Exactly, it is its economic growth about 7% or 8%. So they are not most of the people in the south. They are middle class. There is lots of middle class and rich people in the south. But once you go to the north, you start to see lots of famine and poverty in the north. Even though the north is very rich area, This is the area where is the chocolate, where is the gold, where is the, you heard the chocolate. Ghana is #1, I think, in chocolate, and #2 in the gold in the world. And they are also very popular in different nuts. One of their most popular nuts trees that is came along in the last 10 years more is the shea butter tree, or the shea tree, which is they take from it the butter and oil for the cosmetics. What you can see, this is one of my visits to one of the areas where we were checking how they do the process of preparing the shea butter. The shea butter is a type of butter. Maybe you can see it here near my where I'm standing. It is a butter. They use it for all the cosmetics you can think about: soap, shampoo, of course, for the hair. It's very popular for the hair and for the skin. Okay, so it is a product that is we worked on, and we started. Me and Godfred, we started to, so that we make a model. We started with him actually. The purpose is that he make a model and others can learn from him. A project that is focused on producing, taking from either directly from the NGO, because there is lots of NGOs, they are working in social entrepreneurship. They have the products, we take it and we package it, or we take the product and we label it, or we go directly to the women's, mostly who work on this project for the shea butter. They are women in Ghana. So we tell them a lot, because lots of them is widow and so on. The purpose of going into these projects, not to now we are going towards what we call social for profit, and maybe SFN also, maybe with the leadership of Anna and all of you as leaders, we should also make social for profit, means sustainability, so that we depend on ourselves. This project is supposed to bring now other projects. Okay, we're investing in this project, buying, for example, the machines, the crackers, the roasters, whatever, the labeling machine, so that with time we have our own product, and then we, from this profit, we open another company. That's the purpose of our project. Okay, so this project, this product already available. Already the website is there, so you can enter and see the website also of this. It's called Inspired Legacy, by the way, based on inspiration. And the purpose is that to make to improve the profit margin of those the poor, because those people, similar to the concept of Assam, very poor people, but they are having very valuable products. So what is the problem? The mediator, which is now we are taking this role a little bit. Okay, we started with Assam and Ghana, but we went to all over the world. The mediator, they are making lots of money, but they are not giving these people enough profit. So they are because these people they sell it in a bulk, they sell it in very low profit margin. It's different when these people they get involved in packaging. As you can see, these groups, they are starting to get involved even in packaging. They will make a profit. So we call this concept higher end product. We means improving the product from being a raw material only to another product, another level of product, so that people can make profit from them and they live better quality of life than what they are living in. So this is why Godfrey put for you what is we're trying to do. We're trying to improve the skills of our partners, which is the women groups or the co-ops. We are trying to integrate with bring different people together so that they can help us. Even now he's going through certification, so this product already now need to get certified, and this is what we are doing through the process of the government. The other project we have gone through is the Kaju. This is a new project, not yet let's say and we did not make profit from it yet, but we just started this project. Now this Kaju, I think the Indians, they know, Jabati knows that India is very popular, but even their product, they are very strong, very good product. So it is actually exported to India and then re-exported to the whole world. So what is here? The purpose is that we make the Kaju direct product, means Kaju sold, salted or not salted, packaged and so on. or we make the cream from the cashew. We bring the cashew into the chocolate. So we are trying to go now towards higher end products, and this is again the challenge for him. I don't want to we sell product like this in Ghana. It means we did not do anything. We did not add value. The purpose is that to build the self-sufficiency for the farmer, so that they see their product is valuable, much more valuable. You can see now their product is sold, even the oil from the cashew, it is sold like this in a bottle of water or something like this. So not professional. Nobody will. I mean, I'm sure you and me will not buy such a product. We don't know how the quality of processing this. We want to ensure that we improve the processing. We put the factories inside these areas, inside these villages, and we help them so that we make profit. Even inspiration economy want to make profit so that we invest it in other projects with other areas. Maybe this is the conclusion. I'm not sure if Godfred is there back. Yes or no? Okay, so this is Godfred. He's visiting, and I visit with him some villages where we agree with the women cell. There is lots of women cells like India. They are approached similar to India. They have created women cells everywhere so that they are the ones who are producing. Men is only talking, sitting, talking, eating. That's what I've seen in Ghana. Similar to the Arab world. Okay, so that's for Ghana. Any comments now? We need to hear your questions.
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
One of the things, I take the point there, that was very interesting also, Godfred. I take the point about the value added and the three aspects of it, the cooperative approach, the quality assurance, and the marketing and packaging that have been mentioned. One thing I'd like to suggest is that the Bahrain Polytechnic, and maybe the University of Bahrain's got it too now, but the Bahrain Polytechnic has a cooperative project in their final year when the students are very experienced. And when I was working there before, we had a similar project where it was about coffee, and it was also in Africa, but it was in Tanzania. It wasn't in Ghana. But the students were able to take as a project to help with the design and packaging. And I think this is the sort of thing where a group of students, as part of their project, they have to do a project. They get assessed on it, and they're in their fourth year. They're very professional. I think using other student groups to come and assist you, I think could be benefit for both the students to learn about entrepreneurship and marketing and packaging and design and all those things that come out of their course. They can apply that to a real situation, and it can be very valuable for the people on the ground who wouldn't normally have access to that really high level of expertise, and it's free.
Excellent, very good idea, and actually this is what we are looking for. Now, what is our one of the challenges in these areas is improving the production process, because the quality of the production, it's still, it is, for example, the roaster. If I take for you, for example, the roaster, it is not healthy for those people because it's coming lots of smoke. It is polluting the environment. There is lots of debris that is thrown in the village. Besides, it is handheld. I mean, they touch it by their hand. And today, Corona and other issues and other problems, this is not acceptable. So the processing is a challenge. We need people that help us. As you said, the packaging. And now, as you know, most of the products, 50% of the cost will be in the packaging. So the more, and I think Africa needs this know-how, not only this project, lots of these projects. And these youth now, like Godfred, by the way, he's in third year university. He did not graduate yet. So this is a good project for people like him now. We're expanding, we're giving also 2 other people similar projects, but through him, he's the leader now. The more we get people from, by the way, Arab world, they get involved with the people from poor countries, okay, or developing countries. This will be a great thing because it will change even their life, Prof. Chris. So I think through you and anyone who wants to collaborate and make these students, they come and work with us. And now, the availability of this Zoom, no need to cover their expenses to take them all the way there. Now they can see all the materials through Zoom, and one day they can design it and work together with Godfred. Now this is Godfred. Now he's working, for example, with Paul in India, in Assam. So they're collaborating together, and I think some of the packaging proposed by Paul in Assam. So we need these youth, because, by the way, this is the purpose why me and Anna we initiated this. We need to create another generation who will be better than us, but will carry the concept of self-sufficiency, so that we minimize the friction between the world. Now the world will going to have wars because of the scarcity of mindset, and we want to eliminate this scarcity by having people like the youth you mentioned and so on. Thanks a lot. Any other comments before we go to final presentation? Prof. Anna, Jabati, Yusuf, Ayahad?
Yeah, actually, it is I think, very nice project. Project from Ghana, it is very nice. Because of that, the plant is a higher plant. I mean, the trees. Trees, initially, 4, 5, 6 years, it will produce, I mean, less quantity. After that, when the plant will mature and grown up, a very young stage, after 5, 6, 7 years, it is very profitable, and they will get more profit, more production. So I think after 5, 6 years, you have to, I mean, if you can say that is locking period, not so much profit within 5, 6 years. After that, it is very nice, very nice.
The good thing, Prof. Jabati, and they will not plant. There is lots of abundant trees there. I mean, especially the she tree, or even now I think, I'm not sure, Godfred, you are there?
I see.
Yeah, even the Kaju, there is a lot of abundance. Yeah, Godfred, go ahead. Your comments, brother, before we shift. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, everyone. Over here we have lots of cashew. We have, and then this trees has huge economic value in return. So the purpose is that in close to from 3 to 4 years to 5 years time, at least, some of these communities that we are going to be doing some of these projects with would have something that they can look up to, because they have lots of land available, and then some of them don't know what to do with it. So that is why we are going to start with this cashew planting to add to the shea nut trees that are available in the communities. Yeah.
Prof. Jabati, if you come to Ghana, I take you to the leader. The leader, he give you land and give you wives. 3 wives he give you. With each land, you get 3 wives or free. Okay. They suggested that for me. I said that I already.
Mostly.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot, Godfred. Maybe later. Sorry, your time is running out. Okay. So we'll go now to Prof.
I have a comment, Mr. Muhammad. According to the Ghana project, actually we had, as I mentioned, they have the olive trees. We've been working on a project like olive tree is the olive oil, exporting the olive oil, and also producing the olive soap. Which is organic, and but the main problem also is how to find the market. I mean, international market, because every family here, they produce their own like olive soap. But would it be possible as like a network to get the chance or to open the channel for our products to the international market? I can show you in my office, we have several types of organic olive oil products, which is very high quality. But the issue is where we can sell these products.
And this is what is Dr. Prof. Anna كانت تقول, Brother Yusuf. I think this is what you need in Palestine now. Yani maybe this is the project that will replace this project. Maybe this project, what you are suggesting, we can take it to another stage. And then now, whatever you have, and for example, we know that the Palestinian olive, it is the most expensive olive in the Gulf. But again, it comes in less quantity. It finished very quickly. It's based on order. You don't find it everywhere, and it's not branded. يعني ما في عليه brand. It's come by bulk. Come by tank. Okay. I think people like, again, this is where the European can help us. Yani Anna maybe need to study this properly because they need always good data and so on. And can propose, we can propose this to the EU or any other place. If it is a project that can be funded, why not? If not, we can work on it as a small project.
Yeah.
Okay, this is, am I right, Prof. Anna? Am I right about this? We can propose for EU to get a fund on branding products, certain
Yes.
products from, yes.
Because in Europe, many people they have eating these materials from Ghana, from Africa, Asia, and so. And in Europe, we don't have enough production for ourselves, so we need substance from Africa. And this project for Ghana is very popular because it is already style of their life. For European people in the morning eat these things. So what we see, only is the question if we can produce more things, not only rough materials, and so higher price,
higher end.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, Yusuf was asking you, Yusuf, they have, you know, the Palestinian olive.
Yes.
He was saying how we can help them to export this to Europe. That's what he's talking about. Also, this maybe we need to study. وهذه أنت يوسف الحين قدم لنا إياها اللي قلنا عليه الحين. You propose it to us.
So important it is to have the name organic. It is very important.
Yes.
And domestic production and so on. So that have the label and so we can help.
Great. إن شاء الله. Okay. إن شاء الله مال ترى مسلمين ها مو مال العرب ها. Okay. إن شاء الله means يعني we will do it. Not إن شاء الله means will not do it. إن شاء الله. Okay. Now we'll go for Prof. Chris. You can share your screen.
Well, before I do that, I'd just like to note that several people, if you look at the Zoom chat, have now left because we've over the time. I'm quite happy to run mine another time.
Okay.
But people have left. They've said they have to go. If you look there, they've said thank you, but I have to leave now. Several people are leaving.
Yeah, I've seen also some. I've seen many people did not attend also today. Yes, I don't mind. Also for me, I prefer because your presentation is important for us. So Prof. Anna, okay, we delay. I think case about New Zealand for next time. What do you think, Prof. Anna?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
So when we can know, have some suggestion, conclusion about this, what we all till know, speak, and then for next time have next level. So I think we need to have results of our meetings and help in reality to the project, to the people, and so and go on.
Okay, so you are agree now then we will not go for your project then, Prof. Chris, thank you for the suggestion. And maybe now I want to wrap up, and maybe Prof. Anna and everyone, please feel free to. Also for me, I prepared the standby presentation about the strategy, but again next time, because as you mentioned, Prof. Anna, and always my son Abdurrahman, he's now a physician. He said, Baba, it's not about how much you do, it's about the way you do it. So it's not about how much we talk. It is every project is like now an obligation on us that we need to give them solution.
Yes.
Okay, whether from Palestine, from Ghana, from India. Okay, so what I'll do in the process that I suggest, I will send you the three presentations we've seen today. Okay, and we'll make a form. I'll make a form and I suggest it to our leader, Professor Anna, and then the form will be distributed to all of you so that you comment on whoever even did not attend, they will see the video and they can comment also on the presentation about what is their suggestion of either to go for this project, what is we can do, whether technical, financial, going for a mediating company like packaging, whatever, and so on, or alternative projects. that is suggested. And then we, I think when we collect these 3-4 projects, we start to plan step by step about how much we can help them step by step till they reach the stage where we can create from the model. I think this is my suggestion. What do you think, Anna?
Yes, it is good your suggestion. And if have participant of this our global network, like a best practice, if you already have with experience in your country and you know it run up and we can repeat within our network. So I will send you some small projects. They're not so small, but for global network, they are small. How now we work in Slovenia, they're all connected with the crisis, Corona crisis. And I think we need now go in this new time area with other projects, not like before March. Because not all situation others, and here in Europe once again start Corona time, and we have a lot of problems once again. But we need to live, have life, and here we can find, and Europe need good projects. How can people live in new era? So I will send you some suggestions, and if you have any your practical best practice and so then we can connect together and suggest to European Union for funding.
Okay, great. So Dunya, since you are writing, I see you are writing, thank you. We're suggesting 2 issues now. Dr. Anna saying in the form we should also have that person, we ask him if he knows a similar project in his country, or we have done similar projects in his country. This is number 1. Number 2 is that whether this project is more suitable today, because maybe some projects is not suitable for today. Before COVID is different than after COVID.
Yeah.
So 2 points more. Yeah. Is it clear, Doctora? Yes, ma'am? Okay. طيب, Doctora Dunya, those we did not hear from today. Anybody want to comment on what they have? Doctora Dunya, comment? Open the speaker.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think it was a lot today. We heard a lot about lots of fresh experiences, and we need to absorb it, and we need to put our reflections and to see how can either we can help or how can it be done in other countries. So.
Okay, thank you. What about Bartolla? You are there or no? Yes.
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Any comments from your side?
Well, it's as Dr. Dunya said, it was a lot. Definitely, I will have to watch the presentation again. The most knowledge I have about shea butter, because I have met with the same product in Nigeria, and it's very similar to Ghana. I would say the situation is very similar to Ghana. So I would say I can be the most helpful on the shea butter because of the knowledge I have about it. But it was really knowledgeable and thankful, and I would like to thank everyone to sharing their own experience.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you for your time, all of you. And فتوح عندك يلا يا فتوح يلا فتشي عاد الميكروفون خلينا نشوفك عاد ولا نسمعك؟ فتحي الميكروفون. فتوح العصفور. اوكي. فتوح ما تبي تتكلم. اوكي. So anyway, I think I'd like to thank you again. We need to conclude because we passed the time. But I think this is a good start. Maybe we'll discuss with Anna the frequency.
دكتور محمد
يلا هذا هي اضطريت يلا.
لا انا قاعد ادور عشان افتح الميكروفون.
زين يلا.
Fatou Asfour from Kuwait, you know. First of all, thanks a lot for this nice presentations, and now I get acquainted more of this self-sufficiency. Dr. Muhammad was talking to me earlier, several weeks ago.
She's doing Fatou Asfour. Let me introduce her because she's humble. She does lots of projects in herself, similar to self-sufficiency in Africa, especially. Yes, and she's one of our colleagues in Inspiration Economy. Yes.
Thank you very actually I'm inspired a lot from you, Dr. Muhammad, and all the groups, you know, Dr. Adina and everybody, you know. It's, I think I'm lucky to have met you, because since then I've been thinking everywhere I go is of what you are trying to get, the way you are thinking, you know. And I had to start some more things in Kashmir, you know. Unfortunately the situation is not good there, but we're trying our best there. And we tried also in Africa to do a lot of these small projects here and there, but in some countries we find a difficulty of mentality of the people to understand, you know. Some of them, I don't want to talk about the region, but some regions they just want you to give them the food and pamper them, and other regions they want to work. So this is, we have to consider the human and the culture and the education and the whole environments, you know. And these projects, you know, because some probably Dr. Muhammad had noticed in some countries people are really want to learn, you know, want to work, they want to improve their life. Maybe other regions they just want to have the food, somebody to feed them. And from being with Dr. Muhammad last time, I think 2 years ago in India, I learned a lot, and from that I'm trying to broach little projects here and there. But I'm pleased to hear from everybody in this presentation the way they are thinking and how you are sharing to help each other. And as Dr. Muhammad said, it's not about a big amount of money. It's not the money, you know. You know, by the way, Dr. Muhammad, I learned something nice about from you. I would like to share it with everybody. You know, before we used to do small projects here and there, but I didn't have a part of it. When I was in India, I learned from Dr. Muhammad, meeting him certain times and talking about that, having a small percentage of that small projects, being involved myself in it, it makes me in control to follow, which is, I like that very much, yeah. And by the way, I don't want to make it very long, but I want to thank everybody, and and I love the comments. I really appreciate it so much. I highly appreciated the comments I heard from everybody. That's really nice, and thanks for the time. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Sister Futuh. And now I can see Mariana. She just entered, Prof. Anna. Mariana Partolla from Serbia, I think. Mariana, right? Mariana. Anyway, what I wanted to say, comment on Futuh. All of you guys, all of you, I know each one of you, you have your own legacy. And you've been doing great work separately. Now, what is the idea of Anna and myself and Dunya, every one of us, is that we need to have sustainability and to make a big legacy for this. This group will grow with time. For sure, we need to create now. We put our expertise on how we sustain the model. That my problem, and Futuh knows that, and everyone work with me. Even Anna, she knows what my problem. And we do lots of projects. But there is no sustainability. After a while, we go and check with this project, it's gone. Okay, the owner is gone, or they could not continue, and so on. So I think having a network, having youth in the network also, this is a good sign, because this will continue to make us develop a model. Now the challenge, Prof. Anna, will be for all of us, and maybe Jabati will help us a lot, and that we need to develop the model. Okay, business model, I mean, of this network, so that we ensure its sustainability. For some of you, you need to be patient. For example, for Yusuf, I know Yusuf now, they are under so much challenge. So, but you need to be patient with us, because we are learning. And we're gonna learn with, unfortunately, we'll tell you frankly, in this network, we're going to make, if they do a project with you, it will be a learning project, not expertise project. But with time, if it is successful, inshallah, in Palestine or India or wherever, then we can be stronger and stronger and so on. So I believe that this is a good start. This is our third official meeting. And I hope that we continue to do these meetings every week or every 2 weeks. Depends on Anna, what she is our leader. Whatever she decides, I'm a follower for her. So based on the comments that we'll get, we'll plan for the next meeting, hopefully. Thanks a lot again, and I wish you a good night or a good morning in your country. Okay, thanks a lot.
So thank you to you, Mohammed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very
Okay,
Very
good
nice.
night. Good night,
Proud
sir.
to have your association. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We are proud to have you also. Thanks a lot.
Okay, sir. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bika. Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody.
Bye bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.